Hello there, and welcome to the new case study that you can take as a challenge for the data visualization and data science and solve it as per your own tool. It can be either Python or R or Tableau, ClickView, ClickSense, whatever tool you want, you can just go ahead and do it. But I have done this case study in the Python and the solution file is present below along with the dataset file that you can get it, and we will see what are the things that I want you to take as a challenge, as the questions, and solve it with the help of the data. And think it like these are the questions which generally you as a data scientist will going to take and going to look at when you are working with any data. So let's see what are those questions, but before that, let's see the data set that we have. So over here, this is the Airbnb prices data set that we have for the different properties, and we have something like room ID, the name of the ID of the room, the survey ID, host ID, who is the host, room type, whether it is a shared room, and if I just filter it and show you, you have like three different types of rooms, whether it is an entire room, apartment, private room, or shared room. What is the country? Since it is only Amsterdam, so the country will be UK in that case, but it is all blank because we know Amsterdam is present in UK or the United Kingdom. And what is a borough? So since it is Amsterdam, that's why the borough information is not present, because this is just one city. And then what is the neighborhood in which this property is situated? So you have different values of the neighborhood, as you can see it over here, and we will see a question related to that. Then how many reviews that this property has got, as you can see, starts from 0 and go all the way up till like 530 reviews. So generally it is being considered that more, if you have more reviews, your apartment will go on higher more frequently, because people love to see reviews which others are making who have utilized the property. All right, so overall satisfaction, this is the rating which user have given, and as you can see, the range is between 0 to 5. And so 0, 1, 1.5, 2.5, based on how comfortable their stay was, how well behaved the host was, all those things, surroundings and everything, based on that they have given. So there may be a strong correlation between overall reviews and overall satisfaction. Then you have accommodates, how many people it can accommodate, right? So 1, 2, 3, how many people goes all the way up to 17, like, which is a villa or a big property which can accommodate like 2, 3 or 4 different families. That goes all the way up till 17. But this gives an idea that most of the properties that are available within Amsterdam have the maximum occupancy of 17 that it can offer. All right, and then we have bedrooms. How many bedrooms that it can have? Like 10 bedrooms, up until like 10 bedrooms that it can have. And 0 looks like a case, either it can be an error or it can be something like studio apartment where bedroom is not present. You have just the kitchen and a room, just a room which you can consider either as a bedroom or as a hall. So maybe that is a scenario over there when it says 0 bedroom. So we will see and evaluate that. Then bathrooms, these are the values are blank, so we will remove that. Then what are the prices? I believe these are in let's consider them in a pounds, that 12 pound, 18 pound, 21 pound, and so on and so forth. But the range, you can see this goes from 12 to 6,000 pounds for one night. And then minimum stay, I think this is blank, so we will leave it. Then we have name of the property, right? And we will see one can actually see that name and review has any sort of textual, after doing the text analytics, whether having a good name attract more people or more reviews in that case. All right. Last modified, when the record was last modified, that timestamp. Then latitude, longitude. In case if you want to have a very beautiful Amsterdam map and want to plot all of these properties, so you have been given with the longitude and latitude information. This way you can create your own small app for yourself. If you are from Amsterdam or wants to visit an Amsterdam, you can look at it and basically analyze which property is located where, so that you can plan your trip accordingly. So this can also be a small trip planner. So overall it is a very good data set which we can analyze, and I have produced I think more than 40 questions on this data set which you can take. So I will probably put it in a 3 parts, part 1, part 2 and part 3, so that you can take a step-by-step approach for solving the questions. All right, so let's move on to the real questions. All right, so the question number 1 is import pandas matplotlib library. Also using %matplotlib magic command, write the parameter which can print the chart. So you should know about all of this thing. The next thing is read the CSV file and create a pandas data frame object called Airbnb. The third question is review the first 5 rows. Also, as an extension to this, you can review the last 5 rows. You should know what are the functions which is responsible for displaying the first 5 rows and the last 5 rows. After that, you need to see, or you need to know, what are the room types available. So basically print the unique room types. Also it will be an interesting thing to see the count in front of that along with the unique room type that is available, what is the respective count. So after that, drop the shared room type as its count is very low compared to other. So based on the question 4, room type and their respective count, you will see that there is a room type called shared room and its count is very low, so probably not contribute a lot in analysis. Then you should know how to drop the specific value and their respective rows from the data set. After that, take a count of each neighborhood, right, to show how popular they are with respect to Airbnb apartment numbers. So for example, you have a neighborhood ABC which has like 100 apartments, another neighborhood has like 80 apartments, so on and so forth. So similar to what you did in question number 4, you need to do in question number 6. After number of reviews that is given for each property, like how many property has just 0 review or 1 review, etc. So what you will have is basically review as the unique value and their respective review count in front of that. So for 0 review, let's say that means no review has been given to that property. Maybe there are like 1000 properties. For review where 1 review is given is, let's say, 700 properties, so on and so forth. So you need to create that count. After that, what is the overall satisfaction count by each rating? Again, similar to this, what for the variable overall satisfaction count. And then create a sub data set where overall satisfaction is 0. So this is interesting that from the main data set, which is Airbnb, you need to create a sub data set based on a condition which is overall satisfaction is equals to 0, so that you can further explore why the rating is not given, in which type of property the rating is not being given, so that as a company Airbnb, you can basically look at these sort of properties, whether their reviews are low or they are related to a particular type or they are related to a particular price group, things like that, and basically explore that. So that's the reason I wanted you to create a sub data set for this. Describe this data set using describe command and write your observations. So it will give the minimum, maximum, average, 50%, first 25%, last 75%, 75%, all those different measures which are required to know the data set at a 10,000 feet level, like what this data set is really telling us, what is the average, what is the median and minimum and maximum value, and so on and so forth. Then what is the satisfaction ratings, where bedroom is 3. So again, we are becoming very specific. As you can see that we only want to know the satisfaction ratings where the bedroom is 3. And similarly, what is the satisfaction ratings when rating count when the bedroom is 2? What is the satisfaction ratings count where price is greater than 150 but less than 180? So now a next level of complexity, that we want a range of 150 and 180 price, and then we want to know what are the satisfaction ratings in that. After that, you need to create a copy of main Airbnb dataset. Again, you need to create a copy from here and impute the value 4 where the satisfaction count is 0. So this is after some analysis that wherever the satisfaction count is 0, impute the value 4, because when I was evaluating it and based on all the steps that I have written up here, I've seen that most of the ratings which is being given is 4 to the apartment. So that's why since it is the most frequent one, we will assume that this would be a rating where the satisfaction count is 0. So now after that, now take the count of satisfaction ratings again after this imputation and compare it with the main data set. So this, from this copy data set, now see the new count and compare it with the count of satisfaction ratings from the main data set. Then find out the count of each accommodation value to understand where is the most availability. An interesting one, I think. After that, on which price most of the properties are available. It will be really interesting for you, as in, let's say you are a traveler, that what is the most demanded price, or the price which has been given to a particular type of an apartment, so that you know what is a fair price to give. After that, what is the proportion of each bedroom values in overall bedrooms? So that is identifying the contribution. So this will be an interesting one, because this is about proportion, and you need to create a small calculation for that. Drop the values where bedroom are equal to 0. So we are assuming that this is an error, this is a mistake, and we will going to remove that, all the rows where bedroom is equals to 0. Now take the count of bedroom again, which is without the 0 values. So now this entire case study, the first 20 question which I am giving you here, is something related to the data exploration, and to give you a head start so that you can understand this data set easily. And these are like very straightforward questions, and it's been covered in my previously posted videos, where I have given you the training about the Python, about the Seaborn, Matplotlib, all of those, and I've shown you how you can go ahead and manipulate. But I would really like to know your views about this case study, as well as other case studies which I've posted. What you like, what you don't like, what would you like to see, things like that. And yeah, that will help me prepare a better case studies and a better examples for you, so that you can consume it better. So that's about it for this case study, and part 2 I will post it next, so that you can look at next 20 questions related to this.